Here now, Russ Vought, former OMB director under President Trump and Center for Renewing America president. Russ, always great to see you. Good evening to you. Talking about the Delta variant, the spike that we're seeing in cases, certainly something to consider, and it is very real. But would the response be, once again, as the market seems to be indicating, that we would shut everything down?
Yeah, I hope that's not what the market's baking in, and I hope that's not what policymakers are baking in. We've been able to open up as a country. We have vaccines available to anyone who wants them. People are getting back into the marketplace. People are going back out to restaurants. We're trying to recruit workers to come back to work. That's what we need to see more of. Anyone who needs to have a vaccine can have it. It's still effective for the new types of variants. And so this should not be something, hopefully, that changes people's decisions as they make them to get back into the marketplace and for the markets to move in that direction either.
When you think about the COVID pandemic coming to the United States, March of 2020, what it felt like, we didn't have information. We didn't have vaccines. We didn't know what to do. The spread was very rapid. This is a different situation. I'm not undercutting the seriousness of the Delta variant or the threat it potentially poses here. But as you mentioned, we've got a vaccine system in place. We know so much more about the spread of this virus. This has been something that doctors have been saying once we sort of normalize, it's going to have to be something we learn to live with.
I agree, Jackie, and my gut is that that's where the American people are. My gut is that as people are trying to get back into the workplace and back into society, you see more and more people saying, hey, I went back to the work for the first time in the last year and a half. I think that's where people are, and my hope is that this is just, a one-day spook in the markets as a result of some bad news over the last week. The fundamentals of this situation are we have a vaccine. We have a vaccine that works for the variants, and people are safe to come back to work and go about their lives and get back to normal.
Yeah, yet we see the administration and its policies essentially telling folks they really don't have to go back to work in earnest until after Labor Day. And that's been an issue for the economy as well. Russ, I want you to stay with me for just one moment because I want to talk about President Biden downplaying the inflation threat that we're witnessing in this country while praising the economy just earlier today.